What is going on, guys? Today we got another video working on the Lexus, especially since that one video has done so well and made 1,400 views. That's hella cool. But not gonna be much happening today, but we hopefully will get some cool things done. Now, I don't have a battery in this thing right now, but there's a couple things I do want to address and just tidy up on it. But first off, this shifter, as you can see, that my buddy gave me for my birthday, is kind of jank. It's pretty loose and it's not even straight. I want to see if there's a way I can reinforce it somehow, because as you can see, there's really not much to it other than that little bar right there. Hold the other way. That's all that's holding it together. So there's got to be something I can do about that to hopefully help it, because I just don't feel right about that. I don't want it to break or something. That would really suck. But other than that, I also have something else very, very cool that I have in store for you guys. If you guys are in the VIP thing, that is. So let's see what it is. Alright guys, this is my VIP table that I made. I did this all myself, actually, by hand. I just got some nice pine wood, sanded it down, cleaned it up, and I stained it really nice. Not that the stain came out perfect. There's a little bit of grooves in it. It looks pretty sweet, other than there's some stuff to clean up on it. But yeah, so we're gonna throw this in the car today and see how she looks. Alright, so if you guys own a JZS or a GS300, other than this stupid thing is kind of fucked on mine, there's your trunk. Now, the best thing that I love about these cars, other than there being an airbag right here, which I've deactivated, I just pulled the fuse out, there is screws, one here up at the top, one there, and one over here on the other side underneath the air vent right there. And those are like the perfect places to mount. Oh, and there's also one here, which I think that's the one I'm going to use right now. I used the one over in that far corner a couple years ago, maybe a year or so ago, when I had my other VIP table that I made, but I just wasn't happy with the quality and it didn't look that great. Right now, we're going to use that one there and that one there. And it should just, other than that's at the right angle, just mount up like that. So, I just got to find, oh, got them right here. That's these bigger screws. So we're gonna do that real quick. That should only take about 5 minutes. Tighten that up and we'll just see how it looks. The problem is, what screw is it that worked? That's the real question. I've got 3 laying around here, all different sizes. That actually seems to work all right. Snuck up that other one again. And she works. I have to bend it down a bit. There, make sure it's level. Right. Make sure it stays up. Sweet, guys. There. Our new VIP table is installed. You guys gotta let me know how you think this looks, other than all the crazy glue that I got stuck on the chrome, which I'm gonna clean off. How sweet does this look? Looks fabulous. Obviously the wood stain is, I try to get as close as I could with some stuff I had lying around. I believe it's a walnut or a burl wood grain. This is a better shot of the difference. There's that wood grain with that. So it's not perfect, but it is close. Oh, this pops, so I love it. There's a couple little things that like need to be sorted on it, but it does look pretty good and little bouncy. With everything tied into, oh, fuck me. Can't get that shot whatsoever. I think with everything tied in here, it looks so sweet. Good angle. Very JDM. Very sick. I really like that. I'm so happy with how that came out. Now, I will make a video about how to make your own little VIP table, because I am pretty happy with how this actually came out. It's came out better than I actually thought it was going to. Basically, a quick rundown of what I did. I just got I had some nice pine wood in the basement, and got some cardboard, made a little template of how it might, some shapes I wanted, put in the car, and got it pretty well perfect. Literally all I did was just template, cut out the pine wood with a skill saw, and then sanded it down with a belt sander and a circular sander. I believe that's what it's called. Rotary sander, whatever. And then I went over with the belt sander again with a finer grit, and then it was super smooth finish. And then I went through in the basement, went through about 4 or 5 stains that we had. This seemed pretty close. So all I did was cut the wood, sand it multiple times, get that fine finish, put about 12 coats of stain on it, and then wet sanded each coat in between. And then I went over it after to get this nice glass-like finish. All I did was aluminum polish, actually, is what helped that out and made it super nice. Cannot find cup holder rings for the life of me. So these are actually like glass jars, lids, that I cut. And they're somewhat too small. So I'm probably going to be tearing this thing apart at some point and putting actual cup holder rings in once I find some. This fake chrome trim is just that 3M shit. You get at Canadian Tire or Harbor Freight, wherever, wrapped around with hot glue and using a heat gun to really get these curves nice. And as you can see, like, it actually, smallest seam, and on the back there, same thing. So yeah, it ties in good with the wheel. Loving it. Looks super sick, so I hope you guys are happy with that. I think that's kind of a cool little mod, just something quick to do, right? Fuck, is it filthy, just blah. Oh, those exhaust tips are nasty. I gotta cut that off whenever the fuck I can. So alright, now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and piss around with this shifter. Yeah, see what we can do about making that better. So I'm gonna take a look at it real quick, and then let you guys know what the plan is. Let's get it. Alright guys, so I took off the shift boot, and I undid this, but I just slid it back on, because there's not really much I can do to reinforce this bar here. But what I thought to maybe stop it from wobbling around is if I got a pipe that went around the bottom of this, and then went down over that for the overdrive, which I don't need, and then overdrive switch or whatever. And then, yeah, and that comes up there, which does actually kind of help it a bit. Yeah, not really sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab a pipe and see if I can maybe drill a hole in it and thread it through there to kind of help reinforce it. This was the original shift knob I had on it. I got it out of a car at work when I worked at a dealership detailing. We were putting the OEM knob in it. They just wanted me to throw this out. It's like a $30 reactive shift knob. It's kind of cool, but too ricey for me. And even though this is kind of ricey, but I can't say no after a homie bought it for me. That's crazy talk. But yeah, I'm gonna see if we can get a pipe that might slide over that. I can attach it to this somehow to help reinforce it so that I can still get my shifting act. I need that to go down. We're gonna figure this out though. I want to make this work very well, so. Alright guys, pop the shifter back off, and it's got this little plastic thing on top. It's actually got a Allen in it, but it's too tight and it strips. So I got some pliers. We're gonna pop that off, and my idea here is if I put this hose on it that's in terrible shape, it will snug up in between that switch, and I'm hoping maybe it'll stiffen it up a little bit. I know it's hella ghetto, but there's really not much else I can do since this has to do that. Yeah, there's not much I can do. So we're just gonna see what this does. Pop this off, slide this down in it. Hopefully it'll hold about there. If I have to tape it, I'll tape it, and then see if that helps, gives it a little less wiggle. It is freezing out here, but some ghetto ingenuity kind of just worked out. So I got some plastic pipe, put that around this overdrive little plug there. Still works. Put a bunch of electrical tape around there and that rubber hose around it, just so it has less play. Still has some because I don't want it to get stuck. But also rigged up my shift boot to kind of tuck it all in. you can see from the lighting, but it looks so much cleaner. I just hope it actually works once I'm driving it and it doesn't just rip right off. Yeah, we're gonna throw the shift knob on now. Quick, let's throw it on. Look at the cool design on that. Isn't that dope? Got the birds, or yeah, those are birds. I don't even know what way it goes. Does it go this way? I think it goes this way. Like the birds are flying above the ocean. I don't know. What the hell was it? Alright, let's see. Does it work? The added extra weight doesn't really help it, but there was one thing I was kind of worried about, was the added extra weight. Fuck, it doesn't really like to spring up. I wonder if I could just get a stronger spring in there to kind of help it. We'll have to figure something out here. Something's got to be done. Alright guys, the shifter is in, and with the VIP table, changes the interior so much. Hell yeah. Oh god. Oh, I need to fix the latch of that. That's terrible. It is looking pretty prime, I will say that. It's hard to get the whole thing in a nice angle without having the best lighting. Looks good with the curtains too, even though the curtains need to be hemmed to make them a little bit shorter. They're a little big. As you can see, they sag quite a lot. But look 10 times better just like that, nice and tight. Yeah, I hope you guys think the Lexus is going to be coming out cool. That low ride height though. Oh my god. Oh my god. I actually have a lot of things planned for this car. I've had it for 3 years now, and I really do love the car. It's awesome. It's super reliable, and it's probably my favorite daily I've ever owned. So yeah, we got things coming up soon, and I'll actually quickly explain why. So when I bought this car, I was like, oh, it's mint, you know, the body is in great shape and all that. But a couple years after owning it, or not even a year, probably about 6 or 7 months after owning it, this started rotting. And I also figured out it's all Bondo on top of metal. So the car was in an accident at some point, and it crushed all this, and you can see the Bondo there. So what I'm gonna have to do is, the inside metal feels okay. You can tell there's a whole bunch of Bondo up there. Like, it's not even on right. Like, it's all gooped on Bondo. And this rear end back here that you can't see was all caved in. Obviously, I didn't check that when I bought the car. I looked on the inside, it looked fine. But I started noticing all this happening. So the only way to get rid of that... Uh-oh, knocking over shovels. Where would it be? Oh, it is unlocked. You can see all the damage here. The rest of the car, otherwise, and you can... this started happening too shortly after. All this splitting of the paint. And I know it's hard to tell, but there's also a paint difference. So this panel's been replaced. I did a Carfax when I bought the car. It didn't have anything like that on it. The fitment here is good, well, somewhat good, but the fitment here, if you look on the other side, nice and flush. But this side, sunk in a bit, quite a bit. It's even not even aligned with the trunk. If you look up from above, and you can also see here, it's sticking out a bit. So the trunk's not lined up right, which means the trunk's been off, and then with the body lines the way they are, tight, kind of straight, and the taillight, this thing's been hit before in the rear. So my plan of action, to get rid of the rust and to be cool as fuck, as far as I'm concerned, for especially, oh, lighting, especially for a daily, we're gonna cut all this out. Hopefully we can save that. Might be good underneath, hopefully. And yeah, we're going to cut it all out and flare it. I got a set of wheels, hopefully coming in within a couple weeks. And I won't give away exactly what they are quite yet, because I'm very excited for them. It's a dream come true, in all honesty. They're big. I won't give any more details about them, but either way, we're gonna have to cut and flare. So since I'm going ahead with that, I need to do something about the rust anyways. I know I'll never be able to, with my bodywork skills and all that, I won't be able to get it perfect the way I want it. So if I flare it, I can at least cover up anything I do bad. And yeah, so it'll be sick. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys are keen about all the work getting done at Lexus, and I hope you guys are excited for the new wheels coming in soon, and keen to check them out. This is Devin from PROC. Take it easy. I may as well leave you guys with a teaser for the next video.